Hello, BWN. Good to see you today. I am going live from the Facebook first, and then I'll probably check into the group too. So if you're in the group, you might, and you're following the page as well, you'll get a double dipping, but it's okay. It's really exciting news. So give it a second. I'm not sitting here discussing a whole lot with the empty room. But I hope your day was well. Um, had a lot of rain today. I don't know if you guys have had a little bit of that hurricane weather too, but it, I don't know, it's kind of, it's slightly gloomy, but it's relaxing, especially if you don't have to drive it. For those who have to drive in it, be safe, drive with enough distance in between you, all that good stuff. But now, the news. The great news. BWN, Black Women Network, as many of you know, as I explained in the last video, it's a collaborative effort that gives Black women entrepreneurs in particular a place, really a safe place to be able to speak amongst one another. Entrepreneurs in general are very isolated. Normally they've expressed that, but particularly as well, Black women entrepreneurs tend to kind of feel like islands in the middle of everyone, and that's just no good. One, it doesn't help because it means less collaborative efforts across different regions. And we all need for the different regions and things to talk. It's like, for instance, if you have a food drought in your neighborhood and someone in the nearby neighborhood has figured out how to essentially eliminate that and maybe get some grants for that, we need to know. We don't need to just be like, okay, well, she's over here and I'm over there. She has the east and I have the west. That's no good. So it's providing a safe space for that, and the need for the delineation, as was explained in the last video, is because as well, Black Women Network has a huge, huge, huge focus on getting Black women entrepreneurs, sometimes you'll hear me say BWEs, funding. Black women entrepreneurs in particular get less than 3% of all the venture capital funding, though we start the most small businesses in the US. And then some people say, oh, well, it's education. No, pause, hold on. We're actually the most educated group in the US. I know, I'm repeating some stuff from the last video, but some people don't know, and they're going to see this video and they're not going to see the last one. So just bear with me. Therefore, I'm very, very, I guess, concerned with, a little obsessed with being the change myself. As you can see, as you may know, I'm a Black woman myself. I'm an entrepreneur myself. And I want to help others in the community be able to expand their businesses. There's no reason why those with successful businesses that are already thriving cannot open a second location for lack of venture capital being given to them. There's just no reason for it. So in light of all of that, so you know what Black Women Network does, what we are, what we're all about. We are now a nonprofit. No, seriously. There's a lot there's a lot of planning, a lot of sleepless nights that goes into thinking about becoming a formal business rather than just a social group. Of course, there's taxes involved and things like that, The reason why BWN has gone the nonprofit route is because it is all about advocacy. Advocacy, mentorship, collaboration, and of course, like I said, providing funding to Black women entrepreneurs until we don't need that delineation anymore. Believe me, believe you me, I don't want to have to need the delineation of Black women needing funding in particular. I want everyone to be on the same footing. Hashtag equality. So help us get there. Black Women Network does not yet have 501c3 status. So if you want to give to that, I will make sure to soon have a link below that you'll be able to give to help us get there. Something else really amazing that we've had going on. I have, in particular, been taking some courses from Inclusive Data. Many of you, if you are into grant writing, you have heard one of the greatest grant writers. Yeah, I might be biased, but I mean, they're great, okay? Sean Glaze has an amazing course with Inclusive Data. Sean Glaze has an amazing course on grant writing that I am taking. And guys, I am learning so much. I am learning that, like, if you're in BWN's group, then you saw us meet with Olivia Owens of I Fund Women of Color. She's the founder of it. And she gave some very interesting feedback. One of the sets of feedback is, look, before you go and bog yourself down with loans, see if you can prove the concept in fundraising. And so when I spoke further with Sean in our meetings, it's just affirmed. Like, there's so much money out here, and you don't have to be a nonprofit, okay? That's something that I had totally wrong. I thought the only people who were able to get funding to start something were nonprofits, especially 501c3s. The bigger, the better, the more elaborate, save the children, save the dogs, save the whales, save the trees, all of that. Save the spiders. But do you know that you're a for-profit business can get startup funds for research, startup funds for like technological advancement, startup funds to build affordable housing. I'm learning so much. We should know this stuff. Honestly, it should be taught in school. I don't even know why we have English courses if we're not sitting there learning grant writing too, because it can help put us through school. But, don't get me to talking about all the problems in this world, y'all. We will be here all day and night. Hello. But I'm excited because I have learned thus far, like I said, just about the amount of opportunities, not only for nonprofit styles of business, but for profit. I have learned some of the ins and outs of writing a proposal. Oh, and I'm going to put a link in the description as well. I have a discount code, guys. So I think it takes about $400 off that class. So if you are interested, I don't even get anything for it. So, this is just me, person to person, saying, hey, if you don't know, you need to know. If you're in an organization, get the course yourself and then spread the good news. You know what I'm saying? Like, take advantage of this. Speaking of that, y'all have probably heard like the acronym Build Back Better initiative lately. Okay, well, whether you've heard it or not, the Build Back Better initiative is really all about like the infrastructure, the direction that your particular region is moving in. I am in the Carolinas. So you can look up the economic development plan for your area, and it will tell you the direction that your region is moving in. Why is that important? Well, because you live in it, duh. But no, seriously, you really want to be concerned with um, what your region is about to do. Are they concerned with building a million rentals? Are they concerned with closing the wealth gap? Are they concerned with, I don't know, tearing down the block and rebuilding a new one? You want to know that stuff. So definitely look at that no matter if you are in business or not. The Build Back Better initiative, guys, I don't know if you've heard, is an $1 billion. Yes, I don't talk loud, but you gonna hear me. $1 billion grant. It's a collaborative effort, though. What that means is you can't go sign up alone, and they're not accepting for-profits working alone. Does that mean if you're a for-profit that you can't do it though? Sean let me know, and the group on Facebook as well. I'll see if I can share that later. If I can, I'll put a link in the below for you later, so you can join that too. That the key to this, like I said, is collaboration. So you can be a for-profit underneath a nonprofit in this. So it's nonprofits, I think higher education and governmental institutions are able to participate, but you can participate too as long as you are covered in the collaboration by one of those institutions. So, I mean, October, yeah, I think it's like October 19th. Don't get me the line, y'all. Look it up on the internet. You know, the internet is free and up here for us. Okay, I don't want to say free if you have Wi Fi. Google it so you can get the exact dates. But you can collaborate with other businesses. So don't be afraid. Other businesses in your region, reach out to them once you read the things about the Build Back Better initiative. Look to collaborate. Look to collaborate with, local governmental or local large organizations that you agree with. And the reason why I say agree with is because you're going to be sharing your thoughts on that plan. They need your thoughts. Like if you're an organization that is all about saving the puppies and then you see that they have something that, like, I don't know, hurts puppies' paws or something that they're going to spray on the ground, you're going to need to say, hey, absolutely not, because X, Y, and Z, right? You're going to want to further not only your business, but work with other business. Excuse me, let me take a sip. But work with other businesses that are about the same thing. So let's say you know a grass supplier that has the favorite grass of the puppies that you love, Cocker Spaniels, something, I don't know. And they're the huge supplier in the area. Maybe they're a nonprofit somehow. And you partner with them in a collaborative effort to put out a plan for your whole area. And to be honest, you can just give your input in one page. I think they only want 5 pages max anyway. So you can give your input in one page, they can give theirs. And to be honest, the larger organization, a lot of times they'll have grant writers in place anyway, so you don't even have to do more. But then, here's the kicker. The funds that you get don't just affect your day-to-day now. They affect the day-to-day of your area for years. The funds have to be spent by 2027, y'all. It is 2021. That means 6 years of good growth for your area. If you can get that funding and just really you have to say what you're going to use it for, of course. You can't just be like, y'all just give me $2 million. I'm going to figure it out as you go along. Hopefully I find something to do with it. No, you're going to need to have a plan. And then you'll be able to carry out that plan. But won't that feel good? Even if you did start off as the for-profit in the transaction, if you're under that nonprofit, you're still getting to grow with that nonprofit. You're still getting to grow at all. People don't get a lot of businesses fail in the US. A lot of small businesses, I don't know if you know this stat, they fail within the first 5 years. Well, you got 6 covered. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. So I wanted to stop in, and that's why I said something's brewing in BWN. Y'all, we're going to collaborate. We're going to get this done. We are a nonprofit now, right? Right. And we are going to get that 501c3 status. You're going to see us on a lot more things and really just supporting the different entrepreneurs out here. So even if you don't necessarily see this face, you will see the efforts that I'm putting in. Because at the end of the day, I'm sure a lot of entrepreneurs feel this way. If you just see me, that's not really enough. People have a limited lifespan. People have things, other things and ventures that they even move on to. But if you have something that trickles down and grows and expands over time, far past the original person, that's when you have a movement. And that's really why it's called Black Women Network and not, Ree's Network or anything of the sort. I don't need my name to be a part of it for it to be amazing. So, with all of that said, thank you for coming and listening. This playback, of course, just like the other one, it will be available. If you have questions, ask me. Doesn't matter who you are. You don't have to be a Black woman entrepreneur. If you have questions like, hey, well, how do I help with this? Or hey, I'm not a Black woman, but I know about this resource. Tell me. Again, the delineation is important because we don't receive funding right now. We need it. When it can be equal, again, hashtag equality. You won't hear nothing from me. I'll move on to something different. But while we need it, that's why the name is up there like, bam, focus. Focus on us. Okay? We're going to need a boost up here so that way we can be on equal footing. So, yes, if you know something, someone, write a message, send a smoke signal, something. We love to network at gmail.com is how you reach out to Black Women Network. And thank you so much for coming and for listening. I always really appreciate talking to my little play cousins and family out there. I really do. Thank you. And of course, have an amazing rest of your day. Bye.